Manly, for the well-groomed man of the 90s. Manly gently removes unsightly nose hairs, and because Manly takes the hair from the root, you can go longer between trimmings. Manly's patented lift and yank action gently lifts and yanks the hair from the root. Manly's turbine rotary blades cast a gentle breeze over your face. Manly, for the well-groomed man of the 90s. Sold at fine stores everywhere.
Manly.
Manly, for the well-groomed man of the 90s.
Second attempt. One. Blue's a lucky one.
3, 4, 5, 6.
This is a healthy competition going on here.
7, 8, 9.
You got 9? 10! Yay! You got it! A new world record! Yay! What do you have to say for yourself?
11,
Oh my God.
12,
12! 13!
14,
14!
15,
15!
15.
15! Now, what's your name again?
Alex Krause,
Alex Krause from...
Sturgeon Bay.
Thank you, Alex Krause. Welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going on a quest for truth together. Here we are again, friends. Why, it's Wednesday. You might have known by it being the middle of the week. And the day is almost done, so you probably already know it's Wednesday. Or if you're tuning in tomorrow, it'll probably be Thursday then. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Well, I hope you're all having a good week. And because it's better to have a good week than a bad week, don't you think? Oh, I think. Well, alrighty then. Well, so much happening. Oh, we long for those slow news days now, don't we? Oh, they just don't happen. Remember when the news of the day was there's Sleepy Joe sleeping on the beach when the world is in total crisis? There he is sleeping. Yeah, those were, of course, we had other ways of getting news, so we got plenty of news. Well, alrighty then. Well, let's go over to that crazy little spot in our galaxy, or perhaps a neighboring galaxy as well. We don't know if they have Wi-Fi. If they do, they might be there over there in Chatlandia. You thought it was only here. Well, on this little lonely little planet, not so lonely. There's a lot of people, a lot of little animals running around, and probably aliens too. Probably lots of aliens. Well, let's see who was over here in Chatlandia. It's Weiss123. That's Catherine Weiss. She's one of our ultra mods, and she says, "Hi, Aaron." And then she says, "I'll be over on YouTube tonight," because we're on YouTube again. Spread the word. And Kathy also says, "Hi, Peggy." Hi to one of our other ultra mods, Peggy Dancer. And then I said, "Hi, Kathy." Then I also said to Kathy, "Okay." And then Cap 78 Pack, Peggy Dancer, that's another one of our ultra mods. She says, "Hi, Aaron. Hi, Weiss123 Kathy. I'll be on Rumble." She gives a little heart and a thumbs up. Oh, and look at this, look how fast the intranet is. There, boom, she's over there on YouTube now, and she says, "Hi, Aaron. Hi, Catherine Weiss. I'll be on Rumble." And she gives a heart. And so there you go. And then I said, "Hi, Cap 78 Pack. Okay." And then Kathy says, hi, Aaron, over there on YouTube. And then Kathy also says, hi, Peggy, over there on YouTube. Oh, and look who else is here. It's our good friend, Valeronian, says, greetings, fellow truth questers. I like that. That's a good way to say hi to everybody. And then I said over there on YouTube, hi, Peggy. Hi, Kathy. And then I switched back over here to Rumble, and I said, hiya, Valeronian. Oh, and Kathy puts this out. Please like and share this video with your friends, family, and social media. And hit the old thumbs up because it helps the old algorithm, the algo beat, and the algo melody. All that crazy algo stuff that they keep talking about. What will it be next? What prefix will it be next that they are pushing? Who knows? Nobody knows. No clue, Mr. Magoo. That's right. But thanks, Kathy, for putting that out there. Important to share because that's, that's how the only way we grow. Because I do not employ the Autobots that go around and act like real people. I'm not doing that. Okay. So it's all natural. Au naturel. Anyone who follows this channel, it's real people, or well, maybe there may be some fake people, but I don't know. As far as I can tell, they're pretty much all real. And so there you go. Alrighty then. So it's good to see Valeronian here. He says, hi, Kathy, Peggy, and Aaron. And Cap78 Pack says, hi, Valeronian. And then Kathy says, hi, Valeronian. Oh, and look who else is here. It's our other good friend at the BK. Says, hi, all. Of course, he's a Mound Westonka Mohawk alumnist. He was the class president. So that was pretty cool. That must have been kind of cool to be the class president. Pretty classy position. The position I always wanted, and I tried looking for this position, but I could never find anyone hiring for it. It's more like this. It's kind of like it's like this position, kind of like that, doing the Egyptian walk. That's the position I was always going for, but never could find it. And the camera's too close. I couldn't really show you. We'll have to save that dad joke for later. Then Kathy says, hi, Aaron. Oh, she's over on the portrait channel. And then Valeronian says, hi, at the BK. I got to say hi at the BK too. And someone else is there too. It's not the BK. Hi at the BK. And I'm going to be typing again real soon because look who else is here. Why, it's another one of our Ultra Mods over there on YouTube. It's Operation Shutdown, because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. Oh, yeah, that is the new normal. You got that right, buddy. Good to see you, buddy. He's another one of our Ultra Mods over there on YouTube. And Kathy says, hi at the BK. And I got to, oops, go over here, say hi at Op. Is it going to show me? It works for Operation Shutdown. That's weird. I must be doing something wrong. Something wrong. Wrong. Even notice that people are over pronouncing the G on the end of words. I've noticed this. Like, I'm not going somewhere. I'm going somewhere. Have you heard that? I noticed this recently. Going. They put the extra emphasis. Maybe that's just a regional thing. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just a regional thing. And then Catherine Weiss says, hi, Operation Shutdown. Oh, and look, it's Dusty05V saying, hello, Dusty. Good to see you here. And Valeronian says, hello, Operation Shutdown. And then Operation Shutdown says, hello, Kathy. And then Dusty also says, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. All right. I was kicked off of YouTube for life, but then 2 years later, they put me back on. I think it's because of the big lawsuit that they had. They took away a lot of people's shows for, no good reason. Difference of political opinions, I guess. And Valeronian says, hello, Dusty. And then Cap 78 Pack says, hi, at the BK, Operation Shutdown, Dusty. Look at, she got all of them right there. Look at that. And Cap 78 Pack Peggy Answer says, thank you for all the prayers. Things are getting better bit by bit, so I'll take it. Oh, that is good news. But we got to double up the prayers now, folks. We got to push her over the finish line to getting to perfect health. How's that sound? That sounds groovy like a record. And Operation Shutdown says, hello, Peggy Dancer. She is a little dancing girl there. That's kind of cool. And Chloe Laurie is here. Hello, Chloe. Good to see you. And then Chloe Laurie says, hey, girl. How you doing? Girly? Well, must be talking to someone else in the chat there. And then Valeronian says, hello, Chloe, Lori. And then Chloe also says, hey, over there on YouTube. It's good to see people rediscovering us on YouTube after being off the air for 2 years. And then I said, hi, at the BK. And then, I said, hi, Operation Shutdown. And then look at that, Operation Shutdown right away says, hello, Aaron. And gives me the wave and the American flag. That's pretty cool. And then Operation Shutdown says, hello, Valeronian. All righty then. Well, I think we got that all underway. And, I might miss people's chats, but they're right here. And you can see them. I put them on their largest that they'll allow me to make them. The tallest and the largest. So there you go. Tall and large. Well, all righty, Aphrodite, away we go over there to a crazy little spot on the intranet. Started probably by the CIA. Let's just face it, criminals in action. They wanted to gather information on people. They started something called, what was it? LifeLog. They thought people would just voluntarily just tell the government exactly what they're all doing. Well, people didn't go for that. So they canceled it. On the same day they canceled it, all of a sudden Mark Zuckerberg all of a sudden had the same idea. Only it's from a dude. And they, the land of Zuckers. That's where we're going. Let's cruise over there. Did you see the thumbnail for tonight's show? Trump is dropping some fire and some awesome Q-ness here. Of course, he's got the Q plus on his collar there. This is from Spiritual Street Fighter. So he's reposting that. This is from a post. And you can't see it a little bit. You can see it. There's a giant, like a translucent Q right here. Game over, Deep State. Oh, yeah. And it's times like these that I'm awfully glad I chose to put very prominently on the Truth Quest logo a giant Q, because so many people learned so much. Oh, look. Operation Shutdown knows the score. There's a Zucker born every minute. That's right. Yep. They can't make Zuckers any faster than that. Just one a minute. That's right. Number 774. Can you believe it? Oh, Miss Star Spangled Maga put this out. Pray for them. Find a cure for Trump derangement syndrome. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. I like the hairdo on that ribbon. Tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree. Oh, and this is happening right down the street from here. It's actually, no, this is in Fish Creek. So it's a couple towns over. Premiere screening of the 2017 Pat McDonald concert film, Sunday, June 14th. So the Door County Auditorium, same place where Johnny Cash has played in the past, and all the big names. And Pat McDonald, he's a friend of mine, very nice guy. And his grandfather is actually from Door County, and he was one of the people that grew apple trees, and amazing stories about that. But he was one half of the rock and roll group Timbuk 3. There were only two people, him and I can't remember her name, but they were like a couple, and they did The Future's So Bright, I Gotta Wear Shades, which was like a #1 hit in 1985. And he went ahead and I think pooled together with Jackson Brown and some other people and purchased this holiday motel. It's not a holiday hotel. It's a holiday motel. It's like old-fashioned from the 50s. It's really cool. And now it's the Holiday Music Motel. So that they do the Steel Bridge Song Fest every year, and that's coming up this next month. Steel Bridge Song Fest, where artists come from all over the country and the world, I believe, and they collaborate. They actually spin a bottle, and they put different people together, and they say, okay, you guys have to put together a song about the bridge in 1 day or 2 days or whatever, and then they perform these all over town. So it's pretty interesting. And yeah, so a concert film, that should be good. He is somewhat of a one-man show. You hear a band playing, it's just him. Oh, here's the word of the day. The word of the day, it's single. Single. Here's a really nice thing, and I couldn't agree more. Check this out. Single.
The word of the day is single, an acronym that stands for stress is now gone, life's easier. Single.
Yes.
The word of the day is single, an acronym that stands for stress is now gone, life's easier. Single.
Stress is now gone, life's easier. Yeah, I can dig that. That's got a lot of truth to it, depending on your situation. There you go. Yeah. Oh, this is good. The Department of Dreams put this out. This is Chauffeur Drove a Philosopher. This is a guy, what's his name? Chauffeur Dave or something? Check this out. He's a chauffeur.
One day I was driving a philosopher, and he said something to me that I'll never, ever forget. I forgot his name. I sure remember what he said to me. Or maybe it was a woman. They said, beliefs are a prison for the mind. And I said, do you believe that? And he goes, absolutely. One day I was driving a philosopher.
It's a prison for his mind. Definitely. Oh, yeah. There you go. Some words of wisdom from a chauffeur, and they've seen it all and heard it all, right? And here is this glorious truth post that Trump put out today. So glorious. Wow. look at that. Esme Sachs shared it, and I shared her reposting of it. You can see the giant Q now, and the Q plus on his collar there. And the giant Q, fantastic. And Esme says, I could post stuff all day long proving this. Instead, I'll just say, "Nuff said." You're right. Yeah. Some people just, they don't know what they missed by missing the Q posts and all of that real excitement about the truth being revealed to the people in a code that you couldn't always figure out, but that was part of the fun of it. Part of the fun. And here is watch President Trump on constant dangers of being president.
Well, I can't think about it, because if I thought about it a lot, I wouldn't be a very good president. I wouldn't be here, probably. I'd be up in some room with a locked door and said, just leave me alone. So I can't really think about it. It's just something that, it's a sad part of life. It's a dangerous business. What I'm doing is a dangerous business. And they say, and look, we have been maybe the most consequential, but we certainly have been one of the most consequential. This group has been a very consequential administration. And they say if you're not consequential, you don't have so much problem. If you are consequential, you do. So you have to look at that. But it's a shame. It's a very sad fact of life. Look, anybody in office, not only in this country, in other countries too, but when you are a consequential president, your life is in grave danger. I knew that. Yeah. Well, I can't think about it, because if I thought about
it. Yeah. And here is Nick Shirley. I'm not going to play this whole segment here, but he's down at Gitmo. Do you know it takes to be able to go there? He's really gained a lot of clout, and that's so awesome for a citizen journalist. And I bet his mom got to go with too. That's pretty cool. But he's CCOT. That's down in El Salvador. That's that prison that holds 40,000 prisoners, and they're never getting out. You can't get out.
Now when an inmate walks into this door, he never leaves. Here are some of the most dangerous people in the world. You can see they have their tattoos. MS-13 is tattooed on their foreheads. Barrio 18. All these guys were once prideful and running the streets of El Salvador. Now they are locked behind bars for the rest of their lives. And he is taking them through a workout where they're doing lunges and they're going to touch their toes for 10 seconds. The guards here would have everything they need to take down the prisoners. They have just asked the prisoners to take off their shirts so they can show some of their tattoos. As you can see right here, you can see all the tattoos from the 18s on their chest to the 13s. ¿Y todavía se sienten orgullosos de ser bandero?
The Nick Shirley exclusive. Fantastic.
Today I'm here in El Salvador outside of SECOT, El Centro de Confinamiento de Terrorismo. It translates to the Center of Terrorism Confinement here in El Salvador. It is the biggest and most up-to-date prison in all of the Americas. It is capable of holding over 40,000 inmates, and it is home to some of the most dangerous people in all of the world. This prison was specifically designed to incarcerate any gang member that has any affiliations with gangs such as MS-13, Barrio 18, and they are responsible for crimes such as murders, extortions, kidnappings, narco trafficking, drug dealing, any crime that you can possibly think of, these people inside have committed. And it is important for you watching this video to understand just how dangerous this country used to be. This country used to be controlled by gangs such as MS-13 and Barrio 18, as they would make secret pacts with presidents and political leaders here inside the country. However, in 2019, Nayib Bukele was elected as president, and since then the homicide rates have dropped to record lows, and now it is safer to be here inside El Salvador than it is to be inside the United States or Canada. It is literally the safest country in the entire Western Hemisphere. And come with me today as we enter into SECOT, and I will show you what life is like for the prisoners here, what they are doing to make sure that these people will never leave. And I'm going to show you the technologies that they are using inside of this jail to make sure that this country is as safe as can be. Inside of this jail, you get absolutely no service. These prisoners have absolutely no contact with the outside world, and they have no way of getting a hold of anybody. And the reason why they cut off the self-service here inside this building is because gang members used to be able to run their gangs from inside these jails. However, with these new rules that they have implemented, such as cutting off the service, these gang members have absolutely no contact with the outside world.
I then went through the first of many security checkpoints.
And now they're even going to do another check with us to make sure that we are not bringing anything inside of this gel. They're going to pat me all the way down, and they're even going to check my socks to make sure I don't have anything inside my shoes or my socks. And here inside of Secot, everything is so simple. They're not leaving any room for any clutter or for anything to be used as potentially a harmful object or something to be misplaced. And now the warden of Secot will describe the type of criminals that are inside the prison.
Aquí tenemos a los peores criminales que causaban luto y dolor a nuestra sociedad salvadoreña. Lo que tenemos acá encerrado es...
So that's it. I mean, it's a lot longer, as you can see when I got through 3 minutes of it, or almost 4 minutes, but it's much longer. I highly recommend it. Deserves a look. He's doing some great stuff. Oh, and this is from our good friend Luigi, who did this recent movie, the S4, the guy who simulated what it looked like for Bob Lazar. Here's something that he did not put in because they couldn't replicate what Bob saw back then. This is very interesting. A book where the pages were sort of translucent, and as you bent them or looked at them from different angles, you saw different information.
Absolutely. One of the things I was disappointed you didn't put in the film is the alien book that Bob's talked about.
Yes.
Why didn't you? This is a book that Bob's described that had allegedly translucent pages, but he said it was an alien text of some kind, and you go through it, and it would show X-ray style imagery of structures.
Yeah. The reason why, and I apologize for everybody, is we were not able to recreate it properly, and I couldn't put it in the film. It looked like crap. I wasn't able to do it.
Can you describe it to me? Yeah, please.
Yes. So you remember the old Collier's encyclopedias when you would have a human body, and they were these very thin sheets that you would see the vascular system and the skeleton and the muscle system, and you would just peel a paper out and you would have like different layers of the body. He says it looked exactly like that, but what you didn't have to peel and turn the pages. Is depending on the angle you're looking at the book, this is what you're seeing in the image. Now, this is something that could be considered a lenticular card. We have lenticular cards that have that ability. That's why I'm familiar with them, but they're very limited. Lenticular cards will do only to a certain degree and not enough data in them. Secondly, and I was very specific asking Bob, I said, was the book, first of all, he said it felt like very thin sheet metal. He goes, it was in the briefing room where the briefing docs were. And he says it was thin, it looked like sheet metal, but it wasn't not metal. But he said it had all these, depending on the angle you're looking at, you're seeing information in the page. I asked him, I said, was it written in English? And he says, yes, it was.
Wow.
We didn't have that type of technology, especially, we still don't. I said, well, was it written in some type of alien language? But it was written in English. And so it was a real mystery. It's a mystery to Bob. He says, look, I'm telling you what I saw. He said, I'd never seen a book like that before. I have never seen it ever since. And he's looked for stuff. He knows all about holograms and lenticular cards that give you that type of effect, but has never found anything that had the amount of information, he said, that you could see at different angles. And he says it was so impractical because you would have to read it from different angles. And he said it's a very impractical thing.
One of the things I was disappointed you didn't put in the...
Isn't that interesting?
I
find that very fascinating. Bizarre, if you will. Oh, were you a fan of, do you remember He-Man, the Masters of the Universe? Now, as a toy inventor, watching He-Man come onto the scene was amazing. But I didn't know the true origin of He-Man, and it's because of Conan the Barbarian. Of course, He-Man looks a lot like Conan the Barbarian, but Mattel had the license. They were going to make the action figures for Conan the Barbarian. But then the movie came out. It's R-rated. They said we can't do this. It's not for a toy company. Well, let's listen to how they say it.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is the reason He-Man exists. Not directly, not intentionally. But without Arnold, there is no He-Man. Here's what actually happened. In 1981, Mattel signed a deal to make action figures for the upcoming Conan the Barbarian film. Arnold was jacked, sword and sorcery was hot, and Mattel wanted in. Then the film dropped, and it was rated R, too violent for kids. The deal collapsed. But Mattel had already been developing a barbarian warrior concept. They weren't walking away from that. So they stripped the Conan license, kept the aesthetic, and built their own character from scratch. A warrior so massive, so powerful, that designer Roger Sweet literally said his goal was to make Arnold Schwarzenegger look like a wimp. That character was He-Man. The same year Conan hit theaters, He-Man toys landed on shelves. The cartoon followed in 1983. It became one of the biggest franchises in history, outselling Barbie at its peak and generating $400 million in a single year. Arnold didn't create He-Man, but his Conan film started the chain reaction. Mattel saw the market, chased the license, lost it, and built something bigger. The most powerful man in the universe exists because Arnold Schwarzenegger made muscular barbarians cool, and Mattel decided to take it further than anyone thought possible. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the reason He-Man.
Isn't that so interesting? Wow. Because I always thought, yeah, he looks like a blonde Conan, right? Great action figure. So super muscular. I mean, outsold Barbie. Imagine that. 400 million. That's more than I make in a week. And this is from the White House, Stephen Miller. Within weeks of this task force being established, we've seen the largest ever slate of indictments, recovered funds, search warrants, raids, seizures, investigations, and new legal actions to stop, disrupt, and prevent fraud. Fraud must stop. I bet the Anons could help track down those fraudsters. This isn't old. Now, I do not know if this is true or not, if Donald Trump really did post that. But back in June, 23rd of June in 2019, Nancy Pelosi said, "I don't support ICE and their agenda in this country." And Donald Trump replying to Speaker Pelosi, "But you love it in your whiskey." Did he really? Is this just a meme? I don't know, but it sure seems in line with his kind of humor. Oh, yeah. King Troll. Best ever. Yes. Moonfall. Did you hear about this? The government has dropped plans for the base on the moon, on the South Pole. Permanent base. We're going to be Moonies. Here we go.
Whoa, check this out. They're calling this mission Moonfall. And if NASA pulls it off, the moon is about to get its first fleet of flying drones. By 2028, NASA wants to land these autonomous robotic aircraft near the lunar South Pole, one of the most dangerous and unexplored regions on the moon. But here's the wild part. These drones won't just drive across the surface like traditional rovers. They'll actually fly over craters, cliffs, and permanently shadowed terrain that astronauts can't physically reach safely. Each drone will be about 7 feet wide, packed with up to 10 HD cameras. They'll have laser systems, radiation sensors, and instruments designed to search for subsurface water ice, the exact resource future astronauts may need to depend on to survive. And because the moon has almost no atmosphere, these machines can't fly like helicopters on Earth or even Mars. Instead, they'll use rocket propulsion, basically turning themselves into an autonomous lunar spacecraft hopping across the surface. NASA says each one could perform multiple flights during a single lunar day, mapping the terrain in complete detail. And whoa, check this out. They're calling this mission Moonfall. And if NASA pulls it off, the
Moonfall. But I guess they're going to use Blue Origin. Why would they do Bezos? Why wouldn't they go with SpaceX? Isn't SpaceX way beyond what Blue Origin can do? I don't know. Just seems weird to me. But there it is. Oh, and check this out. This guy's getting pulled over by the cops, but he doesn't really care. And the cop doesn't care either. This is great. Watch this.
I have never seen this before.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I haven't.
Okay, have you heard about it?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
So enlighten me.
Okay, we have a truck that drives backwards. He's driving, and I'm passenger, and I built it to where it looks like I'm driving, but I'm not.
That is why I'm talking to you. That is
Yeah, he's driving.
That's cool.
It's cool.
I've never seen this before.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I haven't.
Isn't that cool? Yeah. Yeah, there it is. And look at this. This is a Sean Pekarsik that does those sound vibrational light images. Here he froze this, well, frozen sound. I built a special device that freezes the water while it's vibrating as a standing wave, capturing its internal pressure gradient geometry. Look at that. You'd have the coolest ice cubes in town if you had one of these units in your freezer, right? Maybe the new one will have that on it. And I put this out today. The placebo effect works 40% of the time. I think Big Pharma should only give placebos. They work 40% of the time and 0 side effects. And they wouldn't have to have immunity because no one would ever get hurt by these placebos. But if you think it's going to work, it works 40% of the time. Think about that. Oh, and here's something I told my daughter about, an idea with your kids, little toddlers. Check this out.
Okay, but did you see that mom who stuck her child in a box and let her color all over it as a way to keep her entertained? Well, I actually gave that a try recently with my toddler. And when I tell you, we were actually able to build our entire raised bed system for our garden while she was entertained, and we didn't have to worry about her grabbing bits and pieces from what we were building. Such a great hack, but let me know. Would you give it a try? Okay, but did you see that mom who stuck her child in a box and let her color all over it?
That's a really good idea. But, I mean, Chloe likes to draw on her hands, so she can have some on herself too. But I think that's a cool idea. Save your big boxes, because that's a cool one. I like that. And here's something very sad. The very violent, murdering left. Trump House owner Carrie Sharon, 69-year-old Army vet, dies after brutal attack outside his home. He was assaulted by his neighbor, Thomas Caleb Butler, 32. Sharon passed Sunday night. Rest in peace, patriot. Pray for wife, Maria. Isn't that just because he has a different political opinion? These leftists are dangerous. They're murderers. So sick. And the media is complicit. They need to round some of those executives and news people, and they need to see some jail time, big time jail time, maybe even more. Believing that pharmaceutical companies want to heal you is like believing a casino wants you to win. Oh yeah, we want you to win. Oh, you lost everything. I'll see you later, chump. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Nick Shirley put this out. CBS News said there was no evidence of fraud. The New York Times said the Somali community was being targeted. CNN said there was little evidence. Tim Walz said it was white supremacy to expose fraud. Today, $90 million busted and 15 charged. It was all fraud, and they knew. They sure did. Thanks, Molly, for putting that out there. Now you know why the January 6th committee refused to allow Stephen Sund, the former chief of Capitol Police, who oversaw January 6th. They wouldn't even let him talk publicly. There's a reason, because it was all a setup. We know that. Oh, here's a memory from 15 years ago, doing a gig over there at the Meadow Ridge Resort. And here is just a portion of a song from that show. A lot of fun, great crowd, and right by the pool, outside by the pool. Indoor, outdoor pool, but this was the outdoor pool. So here it is, doing my Elvis Lives show. I even painted the backdrop here too. Check it out. There you go. Well, there's a little bit of that little Elvis show I did years ago. Jay Bying's in the house, so say hi to him. And so that's that. Donald Trump says the U.S. has experimental drugs that can bring dead people back to life. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Remember now, Trump said in his first term, he said in his second term, he was going to oversee the release of medical miracles that will change everything. So there you go. Who knows? Let's, yeah. Very interesting. Interesting indeed, I'd say. Oh, once you go down the rabbit hole, everything connects itself. This picture was taken in 2006. Imagine that. There's Hillary and Bill Clinton and Bill Gates with P. Diddy, Jeffrey Epstein, and the other rapper guy who's whatever his name is. Don't know, don't care, just lost my underwear. Yeah, it's, yeah, they all claim, oh, we never met these people. Oh, really? Well, here's a picture. You guys are right by a pool. Get your arms around each other. I'd say you know each other. I'd say that you know each other. Spencer Pratt music video ad. Oh, this is great. This is good. Okay, check this out.
Spencer Pratt just released a music video ad, and it's pretty great.
Let's go. The potholes on my block got their own area code. The tents on the boulevard stretching down every road. The school's falling apart while the budget disappears. We've been living in this basura for too many years. Taxes going up, but the service is going down. Drugs on the corner and crime all over town. Jobs leaving the city like they catching the next flight. Somebody made this mess and somebody's gotta make it right. We see you caring. We see what you did. You left us the basura. Now where did you hit? Say it with me. Say it loud. Everybody say it proud. Basura, basura. Time to take it out. Karen make basura. That is what we shout. Basura, basura. Housing, jobs, and roads. Schools and drugs and homeless. Somebody get basura, basura.
This man just took political ads to a whole new level. How much you want to bet there's going to be people all over LA driving around blasting this song? The thing is he wrong? No. But what's your take? Spencer Pratt just released a music video ad, and it's
pretty epic stuff. He's doing great. There's our last show. Boom. We're done with that. That's that. That is that. Alrighty then. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Okie dokie, Pinocchio, as you might say. Now we're going to go over to X, because that's just what we do here. We go to X. Got to X that off the list, right? There's our show tonight, that wonderful image. Oh, another look into France. Onlookers are wondering who you are and why you're watching them from the future. 1923. Let's watch this from 1923 in France. Look at those sailboats. Wow, that was like fun. The Eiffel Tower being built. Maybe it's already built. (1923). Can you imagine? Oh, this is great. I don't know how great it is, but obviously a Californian here, possibly. That's my guess. Look at this guy. He's a wild man. No kidding, man. He's a wild man. Watch this guy. And he's up again. He's running around. No, it wasn't Bigfoot. It's just some crazy guy. Okay, we already heard it. Oh, look at this. This is amazing. Watch this.
What the fuck is that? It look like some kind of a tent. What the hell? Ain't no way that tent. Ain't no way. Get all this!
You hit him.
What the fuck is that?
He's observing it from afar. Something hits him.
What the hell? Ain't no way that tent. Ain't no way. Get all this! What the fuck is that?
That's kind of funny. I hope he didn't get hurt, but still funny. Melissa Redpill put this out. Al Green is removed from chamber forever. Congratulations to the Democrat Party. Al Green, one of the most mentally deficient congressmen in the history of our country, has lost in a landslide his seat in Congress. But I will miss that lunatic not screaming and violently waving his cane at me during my next State of the Union speech. Make America great again. God bless America. President DJT. Oh, don't you love it? The White House. Here you go. No releases at the southern border for a full year. Think about that. That is one heck of a wait a minute. I reposted that. And here is Trump giving a glowing review of Tulsi Gabbard on her way out. She's got another month to go.
Before asking Vice President Vance to speak about these efforts, I want to express our tremendous gratitude to our outgoing Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, who's a terrific person, actually. Come up with some findings that were pretty good. And Tulsi's worked tirelessly to restore trust and focus on the intelligence, and with the intelligence community. They all respected her. They listened to her. She gave us leads that were pretty much, people thought they were dead, and they weren't dead. They were right there, and she was able to expose a lot of things that we used at the FBI with Cash and with Todd and with JD and everybody else. It was amazing. She dramatically reformed the Office of Director of National Intelligence and cutting the staff by 40%, and she prevented countless terrorists and cartel members from entering the United States. She exposed mountains of evidence related to the Russia hoax, probably the greatest hoax in the history of our country. Although when you look at the fraud coming out, there's a lot of them. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of them. But the Russia hoax, a great hoax, a very dangerous hoax too, and revoked security clearances of officials involved, and she declassified numerous historic documents of special public interest, including related to the JFK and RFK assassinations, which everybody wanted to see. And we're now releasing a lot of things having to do with space. You know, it's people are very interested in it. It actually became the number one topic. We're releasing a lot of information having to do with extraterrestrial things, and people are totally fascinated by it. It's amazing. I wasn't sure if they would enjoy it. It's literally trending number one. Can you believe it? So a lot of people out there are like it, but we're releasing all of that information. And Tulsi, we're praying for you and for your husband. Her husband's not feeling great, but he's going to feel great soon. You're going to get him better. And he's a wonderful guy. So just say hello and thank you for the great work you've done. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Isn't that just wonderful? Isn't that just the best? Aced cognitive tests. Oh, bummer. 0. Biden. 0. Ka-ching. Trump. 3. He aced the cognitive test 3 times. He's the only president to ever take a cognizant test, and the only one to ace it. Think about that. Yeah, he's got a way of pounding the information home there, doesn't he? Now, oh yeah, they found 200 billion in fraudulent PPP loans distributed by the Biden administration during the COVID crap. 200 billion. Wow. Did you hear that? Listen to this.
Portland, we got it down to almost no crime. Do you know that? But we pulled it out. We had a Supreme Court decision. We can go back. We're allowed to go back in. But we'll go back in when the crime starts. Look, the crime will soon start because they now know that we're out. And at the appropriate time, we'll go back in. And we may, if we're allowed to. The most powerful thing we haven't used, the Insurrection Act.
You're considering using the Insurrection Act?
I've always considered it, but we haven't needed it anywhere. 48% of the presidents of this country have used it. Bush used it, I think, 22 times or something. You know that, right? I mean, Bush the elder. Portland.
The elder Bush, yeah. Interesting. 48%. Ken Paxton takes the stage, absolutely whooping John Cornyn's you-know-what over there in Texas. And we're just going to skip that because I think, this is really good. This is awesome. Check this out.
This absolutely unhinged voter ID campaign video is going viral right now. I mean, the song they sing is just outrageous. Check it out.
Voter ID suppresses the black vote. Don't you see most blacks have no computers, don't have the knowledge, the wherewithal?
That's ignorant racist shit, Hanoi Jane. How do you think we drive cars, fly in planes, rent apartments, survive police pat-downs? We never leave home without it. We ain't stupid.
Aren't you aware that the Save America Act is Jim Crow 2.0?
That's rich! Coming from the party of Jim Crow.
Voter ID stifles the votes of blacks and women and other key groups that make up the Democrat base.
Like illegal aliens and dead people?
Don't fall for this nefarious MAGA plot. Voter ID will destroy our cherished honor system and set America apart as the most racist, sexist democracy in the world.
Jane, you ignorant slut! Not having voter ID is what sets us apart by promoting cheating. Listen to this song, which is a list of countries that require voter ID. Hit it, Professor!
There's Italy and Germany, Chile, France and Latvia, Lebanon, Greece, Turkey, Finland and Estonia, Poland, Argentina, Bulgaria, Mongolia, Malta, Kenya, Indonesia, UK, Venezuela, Panama, Taiwan, Poland, Fiji, Spain and Canada, Jamaica, Denmark, Ukraine, Honduras and Slovakia, Costa Rica, South Korea, Portugal, Jamaica, Belgium, Czech Republic, South Africa, Colombia. There's Serbia and Singapore, Croatia and Ecuador and Haiti, Denmark and Japan, Iraq and El Salvador, the Netherlands and Sweden, Ghana, Cyprus and Iceland, India and Bangladesh, Bolivia, Norway, Switzerland. I hope you're taking notes because there's going to be a quiz next period. Funny how women in most Islamic countries are forced to dress like voting booths but aren't allowed to vote, but I digress. There's Israel, Ireland, Bosnia, Hungary and Pakistan, Nicaragua, Honduras, Lithuania, Kyrgyzstan, Macedonia, Austria, Peru and Slovenia, Nepal, Morocco, Mozambique, Zambia and Namibia, Cambodia and Myanmar, Mauritius and Sri Lanka, the Philippines, Australia, Moldova and Tunisia, Trinidad, Mexico, Thailand and Guyana, Montenegro, Suriname, Mali, Guatemala, Malaysia, Madagascar, Tanzania and Senegal, Uganda, Albania, Brazil and Romania, Luxembourg, Burkina Faso, Paraguay and Uruguay and several other countries, but strangely not the USA. If voters in these democracies don't have a photo ID, they can come to America and cast their vote illegally.
Very good. That's brilliant. I really like that. A crooked politician, Trump puts this out. Donald Trump. Joe Biden sues the DOJ to stop release of audio recordings connected to special counsel probe. Oh, just the news. Oh, yeah. He's getting a little nervous. But I bet it wasn't him. It was probably one of his body doubles or maybe even the auto pen that is suing. I bet it was the auto pen. Just my guess. It's like looking through a time capsule. 1923, one of the first roller skates invented. This is just random music we don't need to hear. Look at this. Is actually looks like a lot of fun and pretty easy to do. You can always stop with your toe, your heel, maybe not your heel. With sticks, kind of like skiing. Watch this guy. There you go. Bring those to the roller rink. Think they'd let you? You know, we had a roller rink up here. They wouldn't let you bring your inline skates there. Now it's closed. So I think that people are like, oh, I'd rather stay home and inline skate. There you go. Kind of cool. Did you hear about this? Volcanic crazy. A hydrothermal vent has suddenly erupted inside the home of a Michoacan, Mexico, ejecting steam, hot mud, and sulfur gas from the ground. Oh my goodness. Authorities evacuated families and animals nearby and even suspended classes at a local preschool while specialists assess the risk. I'd say it looks pretty risky. Pretty darn risky. Sulfur, that's dangerous, eh? Yeah. Bombshell USAID was funding both the Wuhan lab gain of function research and Smartmatic election. Really? Interesting. Oh, so much. So disgusting. Oh, look at this. MJ Truth Ultra put this out earlier this morning at 9:49 a.m. ET. The Department of War posted this and said, Patriots in control, full control. And then Q number 9:49, full control. So at 9:49 a.m. So Trump, Q post 9:49, full control. In fact, Patriots in control is lifted is littered throughout the Q drops. Of course it is, constantly. They know this. We know this. Long ago, Anons were taught that the timestamps have meaning, and we started understanding quickly that the Q military operation was about telling the public what was happening in ways that did not violate national security. Here we are again, plausible deniability in which instantly signals to Anons, we hear you and we got this, stay calm. Only Anons can understand this. There are messages of assurance and faith, 5 by 5, loud and clear. Thank you for the message, Department of War. Look at that. Would you just look at that? Locked in. Patriots are in control. I love that one, Patriots in control. And that spells panic. Patriots in control. Doesn't it? Something like that. Anyway, highly respected Congressman Byron Donalds is running for governor of Florida. And we all know that. And Byron Donalds is going to be a great governor of Florida. So if you're down there in Florida, give him a vote. And here's that moon base. Look at that. Inspiring. NASA just officially unveiled their master plan for a permanent moon base at the lunar South Pole. This is not just about flags and footprints. NASA is moving to establish an enduring, sustained human presence, and they are heavily relying on something. They're relying on something. It looks good. I mean, we might already have something up there. According to some people, we already have something up there. Maybe they can repurpose it. Claim it. Stephen Miller says the welfare fraud is so massive that eliminating it alone could balance the entire federal budget. I agree. And we're going to skip by that too, I think. Oh, this is pretty good.
Is over to get back to work. Do you think those people are still in the DOJ and FBI?
I hope not. Well, we're going to seek them out. We'll seek them out. We'll get because you have in every agency, you have scum. And certainly they did it in the FBI and DOJ. But Todd Blanche is doing a fantastic job. Kat,
hello.
Doing a very good job. So
hello. Somebody that came into the chat, a library came into the chat, and she said her screen is frozen. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
You know, it's a very constant situation. But
Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, you're listening to there's a delay.
There's a lady Light Ray came into the chat on Rumble, and she's saying that her screen is frozen, and Peggy is saying the same thing, but I'm looking at you and you're not frozen at all.
Okay. Yeah, I see Light Ray now. That's actually the person that won the UFO hoax contest that we highlighted a couple shows ago.
Yeah, I see Light Ray now. Okay.
All right.
Well, I just want you to be aware of it.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. The bat phone. The bat phone. And Light Ray is here. Hello, Light Ray. Good to see you again. Let's see. Hi, Light Ray. I'm having trouble keeping you on. It's frozen, Aaron. Frozen. I hope it's not frozen now. Just hit the oh, I guess you can't hear me if it's frozen. Let's see. I'm going to say hi to Light Ray. Just try refreshing. Refresh. Just refresh. That might work. All right. Cap 78 pack. Here's Valeronian. And your screen is froze too. Oh my goodness. Operation shutdown. YouTube feed seems to be running fine over here. Oh, that's good. Thanks, Operation Shutdown. And Valeronian frozen at 102. Oh my. 102. Oh, that's not going to show me what time is. 102. So about 3 minutes ago. Ugh, I can't do anything, says Cap 78 pack. Oh, no. Then I said, highlight, Ray. And try refreshing. It works for a bit, then freezes again. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I left the screen and came back. All okay now. Oh, good. That's good to hear, Valeronian. That's good to hear. All right. Well, let's just keep going here. And here is another view of that Trump post. August the 17th. Trump is in Q mode today. Oh, yeah, he was. Look at that. Look at that beautiful Q affirming post. I love it. Love it. Did you see this? Oh, it's in the fan. Put this out. There was a volcano going and a meteor hit it, but then something else happened. Something goes up after the meteor struck. Look at that. Is that a UFO? Well, we can't identify it, so I'd say it probably is. Let's watch. Look at that. Well, what do you suppose that is? What do you think that is, folks? How do you like that? Could be an albatross, perhaps. Maybe not. I don't know. Real Robert put this out. Here it is. Newly hidden FBI documents released by FBI Director Cash confirm not only did FBI stage January 6th, 5 months before it happened, while the DNC planned to overthrow the United States government if Trump won. Provoke a breakdown on January 6th to disrupt the vote from going through. Christopher Wray had 274 federal agents embedded at the official proceedings of January 6th. Yeah, it's all coming out now, isn't it? Clay Higgins. Stay with me, deplorables. You'll love how this movie ends. And look at this. That's what Trump put. And here's a Q post. What was it, 4095? Almost, it's the same picture, cropped a little bit differently. The same words. The words are cropped a little bit differently, but it's the same. It's basically a Q post reposted, almost copied and reposted. Don't you love it? I love it. Everyone's posting this because it's just too cool for school. We will beat the deep state. Our movement is unstoppable. That's right. There might be a Zucker born every minute, but there's a Trump born every second. Think about that. Here's another view of that. See, the thing just struck, and now you're going to see something. Oh, maybe this isn't covering that. It didn't actually strike the volcano. They did some triangulation and figured out it didn't exactly hit the volcano. It was behind the volcano. But then something rose up. They're not showing that on this one. Trump's America in 2026. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Look at that. Gunther Eagleman says it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And here's Spencer Pratt talking about what he'll do for the homeless. I would love to talk to him.
What are your plans for the over 40,000 homeless in Los Angeles?
Yeah, well, they're not homeless. They're drug addicts. Most of these people are addicted to fentanyl and meth. This isn't Spencer making it up.
Are you saying they don't have homes?
There is places for all of these people to sleep in LA. No matter what anybody tells you, we have housing and shelter for everyone that's living on the street. They're choosing to be on the street because they want to do drugs. They don't want rules. They don't want to listen. They want to have animals to abuse. This idea that they're forced on the street right now is a lie that our city is perpetuating. We've paid $24 billion to house these 40,000 people. There's spots for all of these people. They are choosing because they're an addict, and you can do fentanyl and super meth on the sidewalk with no repercussions. These places are not as they have to follow some rules. You can't torture a dog in some of these houses. You can't just attack people. You can't just be naked.
Where are you going to move?
Well, I just released a 9-minute video, so you can.
I think I saw your video.
Yeah, so it's very detailed.
But it's going to take time to build the facility and money.
No.
How fast do you think you can do it?
These people can literally. I went to Washington and I saw miles of the most insane prefabricated housing and building. I asked all the CEOs of these companies, say, how long does this take? I met with FEMA and HUD, 3 days. 3 days. And all of this is cheaper than trying to take over, kick senior citizens out of their buildings. Is what happens. They kick them out, and then the NGOs come in and they spend 4 years. This is LA. This is LA's timetable.
Where is this facility going to be?
It's on beautiful federal land property.
Where, in LA County?
Well, when I'm mayor, I'll go meet with the federal government and I'll get the property. Right now, I'm just running, so I can't give you the exact address because I don't have the legal responsibility to go represent Los Angeles and say, can I have this land? But when I'm mayor, I promise you, because we have the Olympics coming and everybody in the government wants LA to be the #1 most beautiful city, they will work with me to give me the land I need.
So you're going to move these 40,000 people somewhere, and you're going to have this facility up in, you said, how long?
Here's what you got to realize.
90 days?
Let me explain something. These 40,000 people, 60% of them, City Watch just announced this week, are not from Los Angeles. They're not from California. These people have been bussed in by scam rehabs, scam NGOs, scam homeless nonprofits. These people, when I unplug them and say, we're not taking our tax money anymore, they're all going to Seattle where the mayor will welcome them. These are products to a lot of people. So the people that want to keep doing drugs and live on the sidewalk, a lot of these people are going to leave. The other ones, there's a lot of criminals. There's people that are getting naked in front of kids. They're going to jail. The people that are torturing animals, they're going to jail. So not everyone goes in the same box. So we have the money, we have the resources, and we have the facility.
Pretty smart plan. Pretty smart plan, I would say. And there's our last show. Look at how quick this went. Wow. This went quick, folks. Well, that's it, folks. And that's that should be the show. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Well, that's it. How do you like that? How do you like that? Well, I better go over here and give my little message. Thank you all so very much. And some hearts. There we go. All righty. Bellaronian says, Ashton Forbes on YouTube has described how plasma orbs can be a key technology that we need to understand in order to understand how UFO propulsion works. Okay. And Catherine Weiss says, good night, everyone. Then I said, oh, thank you also very much. Oh, only the heart showed up. The USA flag and Trump mugshot didn't show up. I forgot about that. And at the BK says, great show, Aaron. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. President of our class. Classy class. Operation Shutdown says, I will keep my camera pointed to the sky so I can take a picture of that crazy UFO and come on to the Truth Quest and talk about it. All about it. Yes. Wouldn't that be nice? That would be great. Too great. Yes. Keep your cameras, just like Operation Shutdown said, pointed to the skies so you can take a picture of that gall-darned UFO and come on the Truth Quest and talk about it. You know, one thing I did not show was the latest release for the Spielberg Disclosure movie. And, you know, I just really don't like Spielberg. I think he's just... I think that E.T. was great because it portrayed these aliens. These particular aliens were just interested in plants. They're very peaceful. And but this new movie, there's a whole lot of fear baked into this new movie. I just don't like fear-based movies about anything. That's copping out, if you ask me. And Valoronian says, good night, fellow Truth Questers. And then Cap78 Pack says, wow, Aaron, that did go quick. Great show, and God bless you. Much love. Peace in, and we'll see you on Friday. Prayers up. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Peggy Dancer, and keep your prayers up for her as well. And then Operation Shutdown says, peace in, world peace, baby. Yeah. He knows all of the Truth Quest taglines, doesn't he? Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for coming along. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you haven't done that already. Helps the algo rhythm, the algo beat, and the algo melody, and the algo chorus, whatever those are. It helps. And also helps if you comment below. That would be groovy like a record. And share it out to a friend, family, relative, or even your enemy, because maybe you could make friends with a show like this. We'll see you on Friday night right around 9 p.m. Central. That's when we do it. Until then, peace in. That's world peace, baby. Yeah. All righty. Peace in.